Hi everyone, my name is Vaibhav Kaushik, and in this video I'll show you how to pass your AWS Certified Data Engineer Associate certification. So I have passed this exam last year on 2024 and it will expire on 2027. So AWS have expiry date for certification for 3 years, right? So first I will show you AWS certification page. So AWS have 5 associate certification: machine learning associate, solutions architect, cloud ops engineer, developer and data engineer. So I've already made videos on solutions architect associate, on developer associate. This will be my third video on this topic, how to pass your data engineer certification. So first let's see the actual exam guide from AWS. So this exam contains around 4 domains. First is the data ingestion and transformation, then you have data store management, then data operations and support, and then data security and governance. So first section is the most important section, which consists of 34%. So this section will teach you how to ingest your data, right? So your company might have petabytes or exabytes of data. How to ingest the data onto AWS. After ingesting the data, you want to store that data somewhere. So how to store that data? What are the services that AWS provides for the storage of your data? Then how to manage that data? Then after ingesting and storing your data, you want to perform some operations, right, on that data. So third section will teach you about data operations. And the fourth section, this is also very important, data security and governance, like how do you secure your data, right? So these are the 4 domains for the exam. So first I will show you some free resources and then I will show you the paid resources, as I always do in my videos. So to be very honest, there are very less free resources for this examination. I have only find like one video which is around 4.4 hours. It says that it is a full course. Full course is around 285, so I guess you have to pay for this video, but freely available is around 4.4 hours. And there are like from Cloud Guru there are 7 videos which are for the practice test. So there are very less content that is freely available online. So it's better if you take the paid courses. I will show you which courses I have taken, and these are one of the best courses which you can buy, right? And this is not very expensive. It costs around 300 or 400 rupees, so you can easily buy. So I have taken the Stephen Marek course on Udemy, and I have taken his practice test only, which consists of around 260 questions. I've also taken Neil Davis practice test, which consists around 150 questions, so 260 plus 150, around 400 plus questions, which is more than enough to pass your actual examination. So these 3 resources I have followed, which you can also follow, but these are paid resources, right? And there are also some freely available questions from exam topics. So they have around 5 questions. After that, when you click on next question, it will say you have to pay. So see, here and there are some resources that are freely available, but it's better if you go for the paid resources. Those are much nicer. And I have also followed the cheat sheets from Digital Cloud Training. So just go to digitalcloud.training, click on free resources, click on cheat sheet by certification, and here you can see we'll select AWS Data Engineer Associate, right? So he have created some cheat sheets on the Data Engineer Associate. So you can see this cheat sheet for the AWS certification consolidates the core facts you need to know to pass the exam for each AWS service. So it will consolidate all the facts and show you in small chunks which you can follow, right? So these are some of the resources that I have followed, but you should go for the paid one because it is not much. It's only like 400 or 500 rupees, and this is a very nice course from Stephen Marek and Frank Kane. And you can take his practice test also to pass the exam, which I have taken. And after that, if all goes well, you will pass the exam and you will get a badge which looks like this. So I've also created a whiteboard to show you like which are the most important services for this exam, because this is one of the hardest associate level certification from AWS. Let me show you that whiteboard also. So first and foremost, the most important service that you should know to pass this exam is Glue. Glue is the most important service. If you don't know Glue, I don't think you can pass this exam. And inside Glue, it have many components like Glue Data Catalog, which is the metadata store. Then we have Glue Data Brew, which is the virtual tool for data preparation. Then you have Glue Crawler, which is used to connect to other data store. Then you have Glue Connections, Glue Jobs, Glue Trigger, Glue Studio, Glue Workflow, Glue Data Quality. You can see there's a lot to learn in this only one service, and this is one of the most important services that you can learn if you want to pass the exam. Then there are some other important services and concepts that you should follow. So I have put star on the topics which are very important to pass your exam. The first one is the file formats. So there are many file formats in data engineering, as you know, right? We have the Parquet, we have ORC, JSON, and CSV. So the questions would come something like that. In this scenario, which file format should I use? There will be many questions around the file format. So make sure to learn this topic, right? Then you have the batch versus streaming. So in streaming, we have Kinesis Data Firehose. Then we have MSK, managed streaming for Kafka. This is also one of the most important sections. Then you have EMR and Redshift. Then S3 and DynamoDB for the storage part. Then lake formation, and inside lake formation, access control is one of the most important topic that you should learn, right? Yeah, there are different types of role which are basically for admin role or a data engineer role or a read-only role. So you should know when should I use which role according to a specific scenario. Then you have the OpenSearch service, which is used for log analytics and real-time application monitoring. This is also important service that you should know. Then you have QuickSight. QuickSight is basically used to create nice dashboard out of your data, because after ingesting your data, storing your data, you should present your data to someone, right? So you have to create dashboard out of it. So for that we'll use QuickSight. Then we have the managed streaming for Kafka and managed workflow for Apache Airflow. Then we have SageMaker. Inside SageMaker we have the SageMaker Data Wrangler, SageMaker Feature Store, SageMaker Canvas. There are more features, but these three are the most important that you should know. Then you have DMS, which is Database Migration Service. This is also a very important service because it teaches you how to migrate your data basically from on-premise to AWS or from any other cloud to AWS, right? Then you have AWS Data Exchange, which is used for third-party data ingestion. Then you have SQS, SNS, and step function. SQS stands for Simple Queuing Service. So you have to queue your messages sometime, right? You can't poll every message every second, so you have to make the queue out of it. Then you have the simple notification service to notify your team. Then you have step functions to orchestrate complex workflows. Then you have Athena. Athena is used to query S3. This is a very important exam topic. So Athena is basically used to query the data in S3, and you can use SQL language for that, right? There's one more page. So I put every service according to the category that it belongs to. So first is analytics. In analytics, again, Athena is very important. Glue, I have put 5 stars in it because Glue is the most important service if you want to pass this exam. Then you have EMR, Elastic MapReduce. Then you have lake formation, Kinesis, MSK, OpenSearch, and QuickSight. These are the most important services which comes under analytics. Then you have application integration. In application integration, you should know Event Bridge, then managed workflow for Apache Airflow, SNS, SQS for queuing your data and to send notification. Then you have step function. Step function is also a very important service. It teaches you how to orchestrate complex workflows, right? Then under the governance part, CloudTrail and CloudWatch for logging and monitoring, because if you ingest your data, store your data, you should do the monitoring and logging part also. So this is where CloudTrail and CloudWatch comes in. Then you have AWS SSM, which is AWS Session Manager. Then you have AWS Config, and then the migration part. This is also very important. In migration, as I've already told you, DMS and SCT. SCT is basically schema conversion tool. It is used to convert your data from one format to another format. Then you have data sync, then Snow family and transfer family. Transfer family this is also very important for FTP kind of use cases. Then the databases part. So we are talking about data. So database will come in the picture, right? So first thing you should know is DynamoDB. It is a NoSQL type of database from AWS. Then you have DocumentDB. Then you have RDS and Aurora. This is a SQL type database. RDS and Aurora SQL type database, and DynamoDB NoSQL type of database. Then you have Neptune, which is a graph database. So in this you will learn a lot about databases, like what is a NoSQL database, what is a SQL database, what is a graph database, because you should know when you ingest your data, you should know how to store it and which type of database should I use to store my data, right? Then the last thing is storage. In storage, S3 is the most important service, because S3 is like infinite scale. In S3 you can store data starting from KBs to all the way to petabyte or exabytes. There is no limit on S3, so this is also a very important service. Then you have EFS and EBS, which is elastic file storage and elastic block storage. Then you have AWS backup, because sometimes what happens, you might accidentally delete your data, so you should have backup of your data. So this is also a very important service. So these are some of the important services that you should know to pass this examination, and these are the most important services, right? And yeah, if everything goes well and you pass your exam, then you will get that badge, which I will show you in a minute. Yeah, if everything goes well and you pass this exam, you will get a badge which looks like this, and you can post it on your LinkedIn or Instagram. And this certificate is very important if you want to become a data engineer or a data scientist or a machine learning engineer, or you want to get into the data engineering field. So this is one of the most important certificate that you should do. So if you follow these steps, these courses, these practice tests, and whatever I've told you, there's a high probability that you will pass the exam. So yeah, if you have any questions from me, just put it down in the comments. I'll make sure to reply. Yeah.